Hello, hello. Hi, guys. How are you? So, welcome to our weekly live. We're going to talk about I got a piercing. Now what? So, we're going to talk a lot about mainly I'll explain the answers to the questions I posted this week. So I'll explain everything, why this and why not that. Okay, let me just send this to a few of you. Let's see if you guys are here. Yeah, so I'll give you just 1 or 2 minutes so you can just share this with your friends, please, so they actually know what to do if they just had a piercing or if they had a piercing a while ago. Okay, I'm just sending this. How are you guys? You know that today here is Good Friday. I think that's the name, Good Friday. I think that's it. So yeah, Easter on Sunday. So we are celebrating Easter. If you celebrate Easter, happy Easter. Happy Easter. Okay, I think I've sent to all of the friends that should hear. So can you please share with your friends? We're going to talk about what to do. You got a piercing, now what? Yep, I think that's it. So during this week I posted a few pictures, a few questions, and I'm going to show the questions, all the answers, and the ones that are right and the ones that are wrong. Okay, and I'm going to explain why this is correct and why this is not correct. Okay, today the live is in English. Okay, so first question was, what should you do every day? So clean with alcohol and saline. Just clean with saline and don't touch it. Clean with alcohol, saline solution, and apply fusidine. And wash with antiseptic and then clean with saline. So guys, let's just talk a bit about this. So why the correct answer is just clean with saline and don't touch it. Okay, the saline, it's also known as a saline solution, is a mixture of sodium chloride in water. Okay, and it's you can also use a nasal humidifier as long as it is 0.9% of sodium chloride. Okay, this means that 9 grams of sodium are diluted in 1 liter of water. Okay, this is very hard to do at home. So if you try to do this saline solution at home, maybe you put too much or too little salt, and it's hard to get the correct amount that will help with the healing. So the better is to buy it at the pharmacy. Okay, you can find, I know that in Egypt, let's see, in Egypt you can find these big bottles, easier to find these big bottles. Okay, as you can see, it has to say sodium chloride 0.9%, but if you can find these individual ones that has only 10 millimeters, it's better. Okay, why is this? Because once you open the bottle, it's not sterile anymore. Okay, so it lasts like for 24 hours. So if you have these individual packages, these individual bottles, it's better. okay? And why the saline? Because it's almost it's very similar to the blood serum, okay? So that makes it physiologically a normal solution that can be used in our body, okay? What are the advantages of the saline solution? It's cheap, can be found in any pharmacy. It is a natural and sterile product. It is functional as an isotonic for cells, so it doesn't dry the skin or the cells. The skin gets stronger and keeps the pH balanced and makes the healing faster. So it's the best solution. You can tell me, oh, how about alcohol? Well, the alcohol, it's not good. Why? Because it dries out the skin, okay? Makes the site more prone to contaminations, okay? So it cleans, yes, but it cleans so much that your skin is exposed, and with stronger bacteria, they can cause an infection, okay? Oh, let me just take off the sound, okay, so we don't get interrupted. Okay, so fusidine. Fusidine. Why not? I know that a lot of you guys use fusidine. So clean with alcohol and apply fusidine. Why can't you apply fusidine or any other creams? So first of all, don't use any drugs without a prescription, a medical prescription. Don't go to a pharmacy and just buy antibiotics. Then the cream can irritate the skin. It is not recommended to treat for treatments of long-term wounds, okay? So, and a piercing is a long-term wound. This can stop the healing, okay, and can accumulate bacteria on the jewelry because of the ointment, okay? So bacteria can triplicate instead of disappearing, okay? And how about the antiseptic? Okay, oh, I can apply the antiseptic spray, blah blah blah. No, the antiseptic has an anesthetic in the composition, and this makes the blood flow stop. Okay, the blood circulation in the place stops, and we need the blood circulation for the healing. Okay, this delays the healing process. This blood flow stopping delays the healing process, and also opens the door for bacteria to proliferate, because if we don't have the blood circulating, the antibodies don't come to protect our body from bacteria. So when there is inflammations, infections or whatsoever, don't apply antiseptic, okay? And we're going to talk about why not touching it, in a bit, okay? So, next question was, what's the only thing you must use to clean it? So, antiseptic, alcohol, saline solution, and fusidine. I already explained why, okay? Next question was, how many times should you clean with saline solution? Once a day is enough, 2 to 3 times a day, as many times as I can. Okay, guys. Once a day, no, it's not enough. It's not enough. After it's like when it's almost healed, or after like 2-3 months, yes, maybe you can start cleaning it once a day, but at the beginning you must clean it at least 2 to 3 times a day. Why not cleaning it as much as you can? Guys, if you clean it too many times, over cleaning will not bring any good. Okay, over cleaning can do the opposite, can bring many health problems such as infections and etc. So 2 to 3 times a day, or when you notice is necessary. One thing that you can do is during the bath, when you're taking a shower, you can like use the tap, like the water, warm water from the shower. You can just shower it for like one minute, and that warm water will help with the blood flow, and the water will rinse any dry crusts, anything that it's on the wound. Okay, so don't forget to dry well with paper towel, and then use the saline and tap dry again. Okay, so because bacteria love humidity. If you use the saline, after using the saline, make sure you clean it. You tap dry with a clean paper towel or a clean gauze or a clean Q-tip. Okay, so let's go to another question. Why shouldn't you touch the piercing? Because my hands are not clean, because I can put bacteria on the wound, because I can create some trauma on the wound. So all of them are actually correct. I think all of you got this one correct. So our hands have thousands of virus, parasites, bacteria, fungus, because we touch in money, we touch in public transportations, we handshake. Now we can't do that, but and other little things like our all our stuff. We don't clean our stuff every day, so of course everything we touch, our hands get infected. Okay, so all these foreigner bodies in contact with the piercing or the wound that you just did. So can you imagine what's going to happen? Yes, it's going to stop the healing, the skin recovery. It can be a big headache with like you can have an infection or anything like granuloma or whatever. Okay, so before touching your hands, before touching your piercing, when you do the aftercare cleaning, always remember to wash your hands roughly. Okay, and why not moving the jewelry? Okay, this is an outdated aftercare tip. Every time you move the jewelry, the tissue that was recovering breaks down and takes dirt into the skin. Okay, what can that do? Again, inflammation, infection, and other disorders. So why risk it? Okay, so only move the jewelry when cleaning, when doing the aftercare, and as little as possible. Okay, so another question. Can you sleep on your piercing? Yes, no problem, as long as it doesn't hurt. No. Only after it doesn't hurt anymore. No. Only after I downsize the initial jewelry. Yes. Can I ever sleep? I can't ever sleep on my piercing. Okay, guys. Of course you can sleep on your piercings after they are fully healed. Yes. Why is this the correct answer? Only after I downsize the initial jewelry. Okay. What's normal to happen? You do a piercing, it hurts for a bit, then it stops hurting, and you start sleeping on it. Okay. What happens is your jewelry that is big starts moving like this or like this, but most of the time it moves like this, so it creates an angle. Okay, your piercing that was really straight now has an angle. Okay, and it changes the angle, creates a granuloma, and then headache. Okay, so don't ever sleep on your piercing unless you downsize the jewelry to the shorter one that you're going to use. Okay, so let's go. Another question. What are the concerns you must have besides the daily aftercare? So you must be careful with bumping, you must keep yourself hydrated and have a healthy diet. So some of you answered, if I just clean it, it will heal perfectly. No, it will not. Change the jewelry as soon as possible to the one I desire. Guys, if you don't clean it, if you clean it, it will heal, but it's not the only thing you should do. Okay, you have to be careful with bumping, with pulling, with get tangled or whatever. This creates physical trauma. Okay, keeping yourself hydrated and have a healthy diet will improve with the healing process. Okay, if you change the jewelry as soon as possible to the one you desire, it's not good, because you must keep the initial jewelry as long as it is necessary to heal, and we're going to talk about it later. So food is essential for healing to be quick and smooth. Okay, so some foods can in some way slow this process down. So for example, fatty foods, avocado. Yes, avocado is very good. It has a lot of good fat, but in this case it has a substance that decrease the action of the collagen. Okay, so it's an enzyme that destroys the collagen, and we need the collagen to be produced so we can get the new skin around the piercing jewelry. Okay, seafood, shrimp, mainly the shrimp. The seafood is a crustacean, and it has a high concentration of citizen. It's a molecule. How do you say it? Oh my God. It creates, like, it helps with the skin inflammation. Okay, so I'm going to show you a picture of a client. Can you see it? She did this piercing. Okay, yes, and look at all her ear, so inflamed and red. Why this happened? Because she ate seafood the day after she got pierced. Okay, so now she had to go to a doctor. She had to visit a doctor because her diet was not good, and she ate some food that was not very good for the healing. Okay, for example, soya, it's also not very good, and of course processed food. Okay, another thing, if you love coffee, yes, reduce the amount of coffee. Okay, because there are some components of the caffeine that can reduce the multiplications of cells that help in the construction of tissues. Okay, and this will delay the movement of the cells on the surface to be healed, and it will of course delay the recovery process. Okay, so you can drink coffee, but small amounts. The opposite, good food, things that can help with the healing. Everything that contains omega-3, because omega-3 contribute a lot to the reduction of the inflammation, which is very good for the healing. You have, for example, sardines, salmon, tuna, and chia seeds. They are full of omega-3. Food like beans, lentils, for example, they are also rich in iron. And iron is it's a fundamental mineral for the blood cells to take oxygen and nutrients to the wound, okay? And this promotes healing. Other food that contains iron, liver, egg yolks, chickpeas, and peas, okay? Every fruit that have vitamin C, like kiwi, orange, pineapple, strawberry, berries. Berries help with the blood circulation and the supply of oxygen and nutrients to the skin. So this will accelerate the healing process, okay? And it also helps with the immune system a lot. All these berries are rich with vitamin C, and they have higher amounts of vitamin C that will help with the production of collagen. Cranberries, blackberries, raspberries, goji berries, blueberries, strawberries, so all of these. Egg has an essential amino acid for our body, okay, which is not produced by the body, okay. This amino acid is called tryptophan, okay, and it helps reduce the sensation of pain. So if you eat egg after you make a fresh piercing, it will help you a lot. Proteins, okay, if they are consumed in the certain amounts, okay, not too much, they will help in the multiplication of the cells that are responsible for reconstructing the tissue, okay, especially during the inflammatory phase, that is the first phase, the first five days. So it's necessary to consume proteins, as they are the ones that continue with the synthesis of the collagen, okay. So eat proteins. Where can you find this? Meat, milk, eggs, of course, yogurt, quinoa, buckwheat, millet, tofu, lentils, beans, peas, rice, flax seeds, chickpeas, sesame seeds, and etc, 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 okay. So it is essential to have a healthy diet, so that the healing will be faster. And remember that in addition to food, for this to happen, you will have to do everything right, which is cleaning and other concerns that we're going to talk in a while, okay. Another thing that is essential, water. It's essential for the regeneration of proteins, okay. So you need to drink a lot of water to help the healing and to help with your immune system. And sleeping. If you sleep well, your body will thank you, okay. So let's go for another question. For how long should you keep the aftercare for? Until I want, while it's still hurting, until I downsize the jewelry, and until it's fully healed. Yes, guys, until it's fully healed. Yes, some of you always think that, oh my god, it doesn't hurt anymore, so it's okay, I can stop the cleaning. No, guys, if you don't clean until it's fully healed, you think that it's okay to stop it, and then you contact your piercer saying, hey, it was so good, and now look at this, I have a granuloma, I have an infection, blah blah blah. And of course your piercer is going to ask you, have you been cleaning? And you answer, oh yes, only a day or two, I forgot. Guys, it's until it's fully healed, okay. You can wash it at the beginning before applying the saline. You can wash it with neutral liquid soap, but it has to be neutral. It cannot be with other chemicals, okay? Because if you apply chemicals on your wound, it's going to be very dangerous, okay? So you can wash it, then use the saline to clean, okay? Then don't forget, tap dry the humidity, maintain a healthy diet, sleep well, avoid any friction on the piercing site, don't sleep on it, don't touch it with your hands, and make sure you go and downsize, okay? Go and return to your body piercer as many times as he asks you to, okay? So another question: can you use any jewelry on a fresh piercing? Yes, if it's okay with my anatomy, and no, it must fit my anatomy and be made of a safe metal. Come on, guys. We spoke so many times about this, okay? The jewelry must be according to your anatomy, and it must be made of a safe metal, which is titanium, niobium, for example. So I recommend that you watch the live I did before. Go to my Instagram TV and you have a live that it's called Safe Jewelry, okay? You have another one that says Anatomy and Healing, and also the first live with Suvi. These 3 lives tells you all about how to heal a piercing, what kind of jewelry you must put on a fresh piercing, what kind of metal, and blah blah blah, okay? So another question: can you keep the same initial jewelry on your piercing? Yes, I paid for it. No, I must downsize it when my piercer tells me to. Yes, guys. Of course, you're going to keep your jewelry, yes, because you paid for it, but not on the piercing site, okay? So the piercer, when you finish a piercing, your piercer will pass all the necessary care for you to do at home, okay? But either way, he will also ask you to attend the returns, okay? To come back to the studio, you will need to visit him or her as many times as he recommends. Depends on which piercing you do, okay? So when you don't return for the downsize, an angulation can happen, okay? The jewelry is too big, it starts moving a lot, and you may have a granuloma. Most of the times a granuloma starts because you don't clean it, or because you're sleeping on it, so the jewelry is moving, you didn't downsize, okay? So be careful with that. So your piercer will tell you, according to the piercing you did and the type of jewelry, for example, he will tell you when to go back, okay? And what are the returns for? Why do you go back? First, to follow up, to see if the healing is progressing properly. If you need to make any adjustments to the jewelry, okay, downsize, for example, or if you need an extra care to ensure everything goes smoothly, okay. It is very important that you go on the right days, okay, so you don't have any problems up front, and you don't want that, yes. But of course, if you have any problems, any questions, you don't wait for the return. You just go to your piercer whenever you need. The initial jewelry is selected according to your anatomy, and it has to be a bit bigger for the good healing, okay? Changing the jewelry is something that is directly linked to the type of piercing you have done, the place you did the piercing, okay? Some of them, but most of them, you need to downsize the initial jewelry, okay? For example, if you do a conch must be done with a straight jewelry with a straight bar. Okay, this is the ideal one. But you want to change it for a ring. You can only do it when it's the right time, when the skin is healed, okay? And this varies from person to person, okay? But it has to be healed. It can take months. It can take more than a year if you don't take good care of it, okay? So, in some cases, you cannot wear that jewelry that you wanted. Like, oh my God, I wanted this piece, like a ring or whatever. Your piercer is not trying to trick you and trying to sell you another jewelry. No, it's because the better jewelry for the healing is a straight bar. And then when it's healed, you return, you downsize, you keep the healing, and whenever it's time, you change it to that jewelry. Okay? So, another question. So, if you don't do a proper aftercare daily, if you sleep on your piercing, if you don't do the downsize when it's time, if you're not careful with your health, what can happen to your piercing? Yes, you may have complications like granulomas, infections, keloids, etc. Nothing, I'm tough. Nothing, I had other piercings and it was fine. Guys, some of you actually answered this and this. Okay, how come? Please. Of course, maybe you had other piercings and you had no complications. Yes, you were lucky. Do you want to risk every time? Come on, guys, you have to commit yourself. Okay, so granulomas, infections, keloids, and other things can happen if you don't take care of your piercing and you're not careful enough. I recommend that you watch a live that I did a while ago, that it's called stubborn granuloma. Okay, you will find out how to avoid it, what to do in case you have one, how you can take care of it so it disappears. Okay. Last question, I think. Yeah. If you notice something strange with your piercing, you should call that friend that also has piercings. You should contact your piercer immediately. You should contact your piercer only if things get ugly. You apply fusidine. Guys, I wrote this because these are possible things that you guys already contacted me and told me, oh, I called that friend, or I searched on the internet and she told me to do this and blah blah blah. Or, oh, this happened, and I said, well, when did that started? Oh, a while ago. Come on, why didn't you contact me right away? Guys, it's not only when things get ugly, because when they are ugly, maybe your piercer is not enough. You have to go to a doctor, you have to go to a dermatologist. Because if you have an infection, you must visit a doctor. If you have a keloid, you must visit a dermatologist. And most of these things can be avoided. Okay? So you apply fusidine. No, you don't apply anything without a prescription. And you don't apply anything that your piercer doesn't mention. Okay? So if you notice something to be concerned about, you must contact your piercer right away. First thing you must concern is before you actually do the piercing, okay? Always choose a good professional, always search for titanium jewelry, and take good care of it. And that includes everything we talked about. Cleaning it, being hydrated, having a good diet, don't sleeping on it, don't bumping it, okay? If you do all of this, yes, it can still happen. Some problems, something can go wrong because for any reason, okay? So your body can react to the jewelry, okay? like the jewelry is not well accepted from your body, okay? Friction of the day-to-day, if you don't clean it properly, if the products you use, like makeup, cosmetics, the shampoo, etc., food you eat, and many other reasons, okay? So if you realize there is something not well, what to do? Look for your piercer. I'm pretty sure he will give you all the necessary guidance. If it's a granuloma, he can help you to take care of it. If it's something more serious, of course your piercer will guide you to go to a doctor. He will never be able to prescribe any medicines or ointments for you, okay? Only doctors can prescribe any type of medication for you, okay? So, sorry, keep your eye on it. Listen to the guidelines and follow them, the aftercare, okay? And remember that your health is always the first concern, or should always be the first concern of you and your piercer, okay? So guys, enjoy your piercer. If you just had it, take good care of it and stay safe. Bye. Oh, thank you for watching. Oh, by the way, next week we're going to have a guest on our live. And if you speak Portuguese, tomorrow we're going to talk about anodizing jewelry.